Nurses who refuse to get vaccinated locally are now taking the jab as opportunities open up for employment overseas. Shamela Pullen has been speaking with President of the Nurses Association of Jamaica about the issue.
Virginia, Texas, and Maryland are just a few of the states in the U.S. that are desperately in search of nurses, and Jamaican nurses have been answering the call. One of the requirements must be fully immunized against COVID-19. In fact, vaccination is mandatory to enter the U.S. Interestingly, although hesitancy remains high among nurses in Jamaica, TVJ News understands that the healthcare workers are taking the job in order to qualify for work overseas. We put the issue to President of the Nurses Association of Jamaica, Patsy Edwards Henry.
There are a number of persons right here in Jamaica who do things that they wouldn't normally do when they're overseas, or they don't do it here, but when they go overseas, they do it. So I think that is a general trend in the population. We do what we need to do when it benefits us. So I wouldn't generalize it to nurses only.
Mrs. Edwards Henry says last year alone, 495 nurses migrated for greener pastures. This, she adds, is in keeping with pre-pandemic numbers.
In 2018 and 2019, we had close to 500 nurses migrating per year. It went down, as you know, in 2020, but started to peak again. So we had close to 495 nurses leaving in 2021. Since the beginning of the year, we've started to gather our statistics. We don't have clean numbers, but we do know that in January alone, we had at least 15 nurses who left the public sector.
While the association deals with the ongoing migration of its members, the NAJ president says the situation is improving at hospitals where several nurses had been ill with the coronavirus. And although the admission of COVID patients continues to be cause for concern, the numbers are dwindling when compared with January.
The numbers of positive patients in hospital have seen a steady decline. There are some hotspots, though, I must say. Spanish Town continues to be a hotspot where we realize that even when the numbers tend to be trending down in the other areas, Spanish Town up to last week still reported close to 100 patients between isolation and quarantine. I think we had like 93 positive cases and other persons waiting for test results.